Welcome, welcome, welcome. As always, this is Kondrik, and this tutorial is for an item storage silo with lights on both sides. I'm sure you've probably seen tutorials for storage silos which have a light on one side to indicate how much storage is being used. But this design is 3 wide and 7 blocks deep and indicates on both sides of the column where the chests are. This design is also tileable, meaning that as long as you have 1 block's worth of separation, you can reuse this design side by side. And it is also repeatable, infinitely stackable, as tall as you want it, and of course as far side horizontally as you want it. So what I'm going to do in this tutorial is first I'm going to show the pieces, and then I'm going to go ahead and build the actual design. First, the bottom layer, the only part that is not tileable, is this design right here. You have your input chest, you have your lights. This light is not lit because I had to break away one part so you could see the torch under here. Basically what you have is you have your chest right here with a hopper going into the chest, a comparator that detects if the hopper has items in it, then a repeater that powers this block, turning off this torch, and which then powers this redstone dust, or does not power this redstone dust, and allows this torch to be powered. Then you've got the redstone dust right here, which powers this block and that lamp. I'll show more when I actually do the build. And here we have layer 2. Layer 2 has two different... It's actually 2 blocks tall, but you do need these half slabs, or these slabs, and they would actually be part of that layer over there. What you have here is you have, from this hopper here, there's a comparator that powers this block, which powers those 2 lamps. And below this layer, you've got this hopper here, which powers that comparator when this chest is full and there's at least 1 item in the hopper. And that comparator powers the block, which powers this redstone dust, and these repeaters then power these blocks and light these lamps up. So every time a layer is full, let's see, let me fill this chest real quick. Alright, so we'll toss 1 stone brick in, and as you can see, that stone brick is in the hopper, which is causing it to power this comparator here and power those lamps there. So let me get over here and we'll get started on the actual build so I can explain it a little bit better. Alright, well, let's get on with building. The first thing we want to do is lay down the place where the chest will be and the base of the lamps. Now, behind the chest, we are going to have a block down by 1 that has a redstone torch under it. We're also going to have another block back here with a redstone torch on it. And we are going to take some redstone dust here and here. Above that, obviously, we will need the chest, like so, and also the redstone lamps to indicate if the chest is full. Now, the way this design works is it actually indicates if the chest is full, not if the chest has something in it. The reason is that every single comparator in this design is triggered by a hopper. The downside is that it actually indicates if items are traveling through the system as well. So sometimes that could be a problem if you have a lot of items going through the system. Not too much of a problem, but you never know. As you can see, we've got from the hopper, we've got a comparator into a repeater which powers this block, powering that redstone dust, which turns off the torch, turning off this dust, which allows this torch to be powered. And if we place dust there and there, once this chest is full, this silo is of course designed for single item use. But if we go and we go like that, you will see that having one item in the hopper will power the comparator and the repeater and turn on these lamps. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the rest of this tower here, and I'll be right back for the next layers. Alright, well, now that I have the lamps and the stone brick in place, let's go ahead and add the other layers. One thing you're going to need to remember is to use an upside down stair above the chest so that you can still open it. You'll also want to place a slab behind that, but the rest of the layers will be able to use full blocks, and actually will need to use full blocks. As you can see, I've already placed those. I've also placed comparators in the center because that's what you're going to need. So you go ahead and place that comparator there. Now on top of this hopper, you'll go back with a double chest, place a hopper, and for each layer you'll then go and place a double chest with a hopper and alternate as you would in any item storage silo. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is take some slabs and bring them back all the way to the very back here. You don't have to place that slab there, but it will make it easier once I'll show you in a second. Ooh, that was some lag. That will make it easier to place the first stone brick. Now once you've done that, you can just bring a tower of stone brick up as high as you want the silo to go. It doesn't really matter. You can break out every alternating block if you want, but it's completely unnecessary. Now all you have to do is place a comparator facing out from the hopper, a repeater next to the comparator facing the opposite direction, and redstone dust on either side of the stone brick going straight into the block behind the redstone lamp, like so. Once that's done, all you've got to do is let it fill up. And you can do the exact same thing. As you can see, the next part of the next layer is already complete. You've got the comparator going into the block right there. And the chest, all you have to do is place the slabs again. Same location. I prefer to use slabs for everything I can, just because that way no redstone signal can be carried in any way. And there you go. So then all we've got to do, as with the previous layer, place the comparator. Oh, I'm getting some lag here. Comparator, repeater, repeater, and a line of dust, like so, on both sides. And once that's done, just continue that all the way to the top. And when each chest fills up, as soon as the hoppers actually hold an item, the lights will light up. And the only thing is, if you do not want to see your items trickling in, what you can do, I believe, is stretch the design out a little bit so that instead of directly from the comparator, you could probably set it so that it takes a power of 2 instead of a single dust to power the repeater, and that should only turn the lights on when the hopper has more than one item in it, but I can't guarantee that that would work. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And I hope, Impulse, if you're watching, I hope this is what you were looking for. And for all my viewers, I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. and have a wonderful day.